Hi, I'm Shauna Lee with Infinity Readings. I want to thank everybody who's joined, liked, or subscribed to my page, or my Facebook page. I have a Facebook page called Infinity Readings and Reviews. If you want kind of more of a personal insight into where my mind is going, and also access to free monthly readings. I'm going to be trying to arrange a grouping of people coming in through the Facebook page, and I will be giving away like micro readings. I'll be on for an hour and just accept questions as they come. First come, first serve type thing, and then we'll go from there and see what kind of demand that brings. But that's where you'll get access to that, and that's also where you'll get access if I decide to go outward with my readings. That's Infinity Readings and Reviews on Facebook. Click join, I'll add you in there, and then just wait around and see what happens. A lot of times it's just a more personal view of what I get instinctively throughout the months that I'm not sending the videos out. Sometimes I get intuitive downloads and I spit it out through the page, or I just feel inspired to put, a lot of positive information in that way, and that's where all the kind of the news that I get intuitively is just spewed out there. So it's a good place to be and have in the background in case you want to know about any advances or any kind of weird quirky things I decide to just jump on. Like I've been going outward with this live thing. I had no idea how to do it, but I ended up going on there, and it was actually a lot of fun. I enjoyed myself, so I do want to do it again. It's just again the timing, and the more people I get in there demanding it, the more I will actually be able to do it, and the more benefit it will reap for those people. Like I said, it will be micro readings, and they will be kept to quite a minimum degree. But nonetheless, I'll try and get through as much as I can in such a short period of time. And if the demand is high enough, I might even make it more frequent than once a month. I might make it, twice a month, depending. If we can keep the numbers up and the demand is there, I will try and make that happen. So I want to thank anybody who's already in there and who is following me, and I want to thank them for their likes, subscribes, for the comments. I appreciate it. As long as it's productive in some way, I absolutely absorb that shit. I get in there, and it actually makes a difference in how I proceed forward. I do have fluxes here and there where family and life gets in the way, and usually everybody's been very accepting and graceful of that time, so I appreciate that for all the people that are on there. Now, I'm going to explain a little bit about the decks that I'm using. I have I'm doing a 2-pyramid male-female split for my readings. I just, came up with that on the fly. I'm using, I found Masculine and Feminine set, which I'm very stoked about. The Gods and Titans deck from Stacey DeMarco, and the Goddesses and Sirens deck also from Stacey DeMarco. Those are the two, the male and the female, that I use. I clarify the female deck with the Whispers of Love. And I'm turning more into the love side of things. I was clarifying with some grounded energy, but my decks kind of somehow disappeared, so I had to change it up. So the Whispers of Love is really giving the insight to the female side, and then I'm using the Love and Sex Tarot deck to give a little harder edge to the God and Titans, the male side, kind of looking into their sexual. I don't know that they would pick up on the softer side of it anyway. I think it would be a little too fluffy. So I think the sexual edge that this tarot deck gives is working very well. I think the energies are working very well. So that is the decks that I'm using at this point. Whatever you're dealing with from June 20th to September 22nd, that is the run time here that I'm forecasting for. So I'm hoping that hits, because you probably will need to watch the videos 2 or 3 times over the season. Like once a month, I'm thinking, in order to kind of keep up with the energies, because there's little things in there that kind of evolve as time goes on. You may see some lessons in it when you first start, and then the next month you see a different side to the same reading, and as you move on. So hopefully And really the reason I'm doing this is really to help people advance their souls and in a more spiritual way. So if I'm getting too deep, I'm sorry. Give me a shout and let me know that. Go, yeah, too deep, couldn't follow, whatever. And then I'll try and back it up a notch. I'm trying to be mindful of that and not go. I can go pretty deep, so my level of deep is maybe still too deep or too high or too low, whatever. So if this is affecting you, let me know and I will adjust as I see or as you see fit. And we'll try and make a meeting in the minds there. So in the meantime, thank you. Everybody have a great, happy summer, light and fun and airy. There's a few themes that are running through. One of them is a sense of play. Keep that for the summer. Don't get too serious. But those that are driven to need to, I guess. On the love sector, there seems to be a rise of paying attention to your partner. So if you are on the zone of being light and fluffy over the summer, don't forget about your partner. Don't lock them out, because that seems to be the running theme through the readings, is we need to keep love and compassion alive, and not only that, go outward with it. So I want to thank again everyone for their likes and subscribes, their comments. Again, my Facebook page is Infinity Readings and Reviews. Feel free to join. That's really where you're going to get the inside edge on what's going on with me. So if readings aren't coming up, I'll notify that page, and then you'll be on the inside edge here. And then anything I get inspired, downloaded, whatever, I just shoot it out when I feel the need be. I'm trying to be more apparent on that page. It's actually flowing fairly well now. So don't hesitate to join that. You really just get an inside edge of what's going on with me, and more insight and more feedback. Really gives a one-on-one chance to give me feedback and just help me out here in what you want and what, because I'm really kind of at your mercy as well. I mean, I want to make sure that it's enjoyable on the receiving end, because it sure is on my giving end. I'm having a good time giving it, so I want to make sure that it's good on your side. I'm not just having fun over here by myself. So in the meantime, everybody have a great summer and have fun and play and enjoy yourselves, and on with the readings. So these are Pisces for the summer of 2017. Start with the feminine. The first card we get is temptation. So, and I'm feeling like the temptation is here to take you away from your focus. You're trying to build your focus. Piscean females are trying to build their focus. They're trying to stay on task. They're trying to not be so ditzy and so off base with everything, you know, not so starry-eyed about everything. Trying to focus, get down to the rules, the regulations, and get into the business and the meat of things. That's where these Pisces are realizing they're kind of not in that area where they have this as a natural tendency, so they're trying to work on that. So the temptation is coming at you in those areas. Could be love, romance, work, home life, to take you off your base. It's really to fine-tune you, to know, are you really focused, and are you really on task, and are you really gonna so there's going to be demand coming from the outside that you're going to need to fine-tune, and that is there to help you with that. So the temptation, I feel, is very much there to kind of make sure that you know exactly what is priority and what you need to keep priority. And I feel that this kind of monkey wrench is coming in. Monkey wrenches are coming, but they're there so that you get more astute in where you want to go, what you want to do. Sorry about my voice, it's just I'm working on it. The next card I get is prosperity. So, it may well be in regards to work, that kind of side of things, more because of the prosperity usually comes from work or doing work mode things. You get money, then you can get prosperity. So I feel like it's more on that base. So there's maybe some things that are coming at you that want to take you away from work. Little irritations. It's like, okay, you know, maybe you made up your mind, okay, I'm going to focus on work, and now there's things eating at you going, okay, how badly are we going to stick to this rule? How much? What will it take to get you off that path? And do you know how to balance? Can you keep balance within work and play and life and all that? So that's really, and the prosperity just sits there. It's just waiting. It's still waiting for these Pisces to invite. There's something that they're not doing yet to get that prosperity flowing. It's just waiting. It's there for you, but we haven't quite hit it yet. Purpose. A lot of these Piscean females are looking, am I in what I need to do? Am I fulfilled? I think a lot of them are running around going, oh, dreamy. But they may be in avoidance of what they're actually doing is, you know, in the work area, I'm feeling driven a little bit. In the work area, or even in your love life, you know, I'm going to expand on the love life a little bit. So even in the love life, they're kind of not tuning into their relationship, maybe not. They're not kicking into gear, so they're kind of in la-la land. They need to get a little more grounded. So purpose, why am I here? Why am I in this relationship? Why am I at work? Is it satisfying me? Am I happy? Am I da-da-da? So these are a lot of things that are going to be floating around these Pisces females. Now, the next card to get is authenticity. I think that to a Piscean female, I think to most people authenticity means a lot. I feel like it is heightened in their awareness here. We have a lot of, yeah, I'm going to be more authentic in my dealings with other people, in work. You know, if I'm unhappy, I'm going to let people know. And they're going to know now, you know, because the Pisces were really the bad batch. They were the ones who were running around. It's like, yeah, I don't care, you know, and just avoiding and not really saying their piece. And sometimes that was an avoidance of conflict, and sometimes it was just in a lack of authenticity. I just don't want to go out there with anything. So I'm feeling like they're feeling more poised to do that. They're feeling more confident to do that, and they're feeling more grounded to do that. Why? They've got confidence, self-respect, and all of that stuff behind them, so now they're going to work from that. And that's what's going to come out in the authenticity. They're like, no, this is where I sit. If you don't like it, then we have more discussion, or maybe none at all, or to truce. I feel like there's a little bit of a gracefulness here coming across these Pisces, where they're learning not to be so harsh about everything. Still have that core to work from, but they're diluting it more, and they're realizing there's a benefit here, there's a payoff here. If I'm not so blunt and bold, you know, they really have to be backed against the corner before they sprout out. But they're, you know, the authenticity is coming forward to fix all of that. So the next card we have is beauty, and it's right beside authenticity. So it's just showing, you know, there was a greater part of yourself that you were really keeping hidden, and that hidden part was also part of your beauty that you really didn't show to the world, show to people, show to anyone. So once you get into that authentic self of who you are and feeling great and wonderful in that, then the beauty starts to just unfold from that. So that's really a good connection there. Now, we end at new beginnings. So I feel like the authenticity is part of a realization of what needs to go in a way. Aquarius males were having this in their, and I'm actually on the cusp, so I'm Aquarius Pisces, and I feel this very strongly. It's like, okay, you had a point where you're just kind of not going to take no shit no more from nobody, and there's a shedding of a skin, so to speak, happening, and that has to do with finding out who you authentically are. That's moving into the Pisces cycle. We have the authenticity coming, and that's really revealing a beautiful part of the Pisces soul that they kept hidden. I don't think it was something about like, oh, I'm going to hide this because it may not be viewed, you know. But now it's more like, oh, I can truly become who I am because I'm letting go of this garbage that was artificial, that was superficial, that really didn't get me anywhere anyway. So they're letting go of that, hanging on to the authenticity, and coming out looking way more beautiful for it. And in the end, this is the new beginning that they need, the new direction they need to go. and not only feeling boosted with confidence in that, it is really that accumulation of authenticity and truth to the core of who they are that is really leading it forward. So that's really good energy. But watch for the temptation during the summer. And I feel it's going to be the spring to summer, like just in this time, the 20th, June 20th, around there, we're going to have that temptation sitting there, whatever area it is. And it might be in your area of authenticity. You may be challenged by other people outside of you saying, yeah, well, that sucks what you think. You think blah, blah, blah. Challenging your ability to stand up for yourself in that way, in the truth of what you believe. And so you just have to, with your ability to be graceful, go in there and say, no, that is what I believe in. And they just kind of, it's just really the universe testing you, going, are you truly where you need to be, and are you truly coming from the best part of who you are? And do you feel it's the best part? Because we are going to test you, and if you're not ready, then you will go back, But I see a new beginning, so you're going forward. You pass the test and you move forward. But just watch for those things, because those are the things that you need to kind of work on as you go. Because it's not going to just fall away. It's like, oh, I passed the test. It's not going to affect me no more. No, it will affect you. But you just have to be aware of that and build on that. And build your esteem in that. And when you're authentic, your beauty shines, and you just go off in that direction you need to go. It's a really good energy, Pisces. Your purpose is coming to fruition, and the purpose is also driven. Your beauty is coming from within that, and the new beginnings are just going to come at you. And I feel like gateways is the next thing that's going to open up. The new beginnings are here, but it's almost like an interior feel of the soul. It's like, yeah, I'm ready to begin. And then the universe is going to match that and give you those doorways to start. Where do you want to go, girl? Where do you want to go? So that's really what's going on here. Now, to expand with the love and Whispers of Love card, to kind of bring in some of the love over the summer, we have the first card, Receive with Love and Appreciation. Receiving something lovingly from others is a way of sharing love. And I think Pisces they're so good at giving. And I mean, this is interesting. They're so good at giving that when they have to receive, they're kind of in confusion. They don't know what to do. What do I do here? I'm getting all this stuff. It feels good, but I'm uncomfortable because it's not my role. I'm giver. I'm out there. I want to give. And then suddenly they have a role reversal. They have someone coming at them that wants to give to them. So you have to be able to receive that gracefully. You have to accept it wholeheartedly and not go, yeah, I don't deserve it, or I'm not worthy, or whatever it is that is kind of blocking. Because these Pisces, they have a hard time adapting to acceptance. It's just not their strong point. Their strong point is giving and giving and giving to the point of nausea. They'll give. When people don't even deserve to be given to, they'll give. But at this point, now the universe is flowing, right? All that beauty is coming from within, and they want to give back. The universe wants to reward that, so you have to take that shit in. So receive with love and appreciation. This is going to be hard. Well, not hard. It's going to be a bit of a challenge for the Pisces. It's just not a natural mode that they're in. So absorb that. Take it in and deal with it. The next love and romance card we have is Back to What You Love. Your current situation is giving you an opportunity to reevaluate what you want. And that's a lot of what the purpose. I think there's a lot of mental work around this purpose, not so much physical, not so much going outwardly, but a lot of mind work going, looking over the past, looking over the future, and even in the now, you're going, what is it? Am I in the thing that I want to do? Is it the right moment? Is all that lining up? So, Back to What You Love is simply stating take the time to look back on things that really brought up those love feelings and see if they're still applicable. They may not. Some of it may not, because you were shedding an artificial part of yourself. So what you thought you want, you maybe didn't want. And so now you have a greater, deeper sense of that, a new beginning, a new feel, a new sense of that. So you're going to come from that. So you have to reevaluate a little bit of the past to come to the present and look at that mindfully, wherever that leads you. Now the last card on the love and romance for the female side of Pisces is appreciate the moment. Seems to be a theme so far. Each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love. So maybe these Pisces were just kind of flitting through life and not really seeing all the opportunities for love and sharing and caring, if I can even go that light. I don't feel a need to break it down into singles and two couples here. I think we're just really, whether you're looking for a mate or with a mate or with a partner, you need to learn to accept what is coming at you. If you're flirting and you're single and you're getting, take that in, absorb it. Don't just go, don't let your worst side of your bravado, that bravado, like, whatever, everybody says that, or, don't let that cloud. These people are coming out of their shell to compliment you and to bring comfort to you, so you've got to take that in for what it's worth. So appreciate the moment, be in the moment. You're going to have to, it's interesting, they kind of say, look back at what you love, but also be in the moment. So don't get caught up in the past too much to the point where you're not dealing with your present. That's really what it is. Learn from it, take notes from it, dabble in it, but don't bring it, don't let it hinder your present. So that's the females. Really just having some temptation. They're going to have prosperity coming at them. Their purpose, they're really mindfully thinking about that and setting that out. That's really going to help the prosperity come in. The authenticity is helping them become more beautiful and start on their new beginning, and then they're off. So that's the end of your summer. You're in the fall, you're just running. You're just running in the direction you need to be going, and you're being quite mindful of it. You know what you're feeling, what your purpose is, and the prosperity is going to come because of that, because you're lining up with who you are and what you want, and the universe's idea of that. You're lining up all of that, so it's all working. And then the love, you just have to learn to accept it. Learn to be on the accepting side rather than the giving side. Receive that shit. It's for you. And that is the challenge, I think, for Pisces for the summer, is to accept wholeheartedly. And for some, it just doesn't come naturally. Now, for the male Pisces for the summer of 2017, what do we start with here? We have power, raw, new day, new dawn. Almost like a new energy coming in. The next card is protection. Interesting. There's kind of a weird energy I'm getting from this. Like, in order to have protection, there's something that is gone wrong. So be aware of that. And then we have dedication. So we have power and dedication, and in the middle we have a little bit of a conundrum. we have some power here. We've got to be careful we don't abuse it. We're feeling powerful. We're feeling, the male Pisces, they're feeling powerful. I'm feeling like there's an ego here, quite highly exalted. So we got to be careful of that. The sun is shy. He's very, but then there's the protection. So what are we being protected from? And then dedication. So I'm kind of drawing a blank here. Dedication to what? So as we move onward, renewal. So there's a sense of new power, new energy that is hitting you, that is becoming a part of who you are, that maybe is driving you in a way. And I feel like there's a lot of egos for these Pisces. They're coming out of their, I don't want to say shell, so to speak, but they're really coming into a part of themselves. They got to watch. There's a boundary here with ego and humbleness. And I don't know, this could get out of hand. So be careful of that. Renewal of energy. This new energy that's coming in, it's kind of ego driven. So we got to watch that. Got to watch the renewal of energy. The next card is travel. So obviously, I'm feeling like it is literally travel. There may be a lot of voyages for these males, flitting here and there. I feel like it's short, quick trips here, there. You know, oh, we're going to go on a weekend scamp over here. And then we're going to go, oh, we'll go a little further over here, 2-3 hours, or 1 hour here, or go visit people here. A lot of community visiting. A lot of checking in with friends, or maybe, you know, staying for a weekend at a lake. And oh, next time it's going to be, we'll go to a hotel at Buddy's place, you know, out there, because we haven't seen them in a while. So a lot of doing that this summer for the Pisces males. I feel like they've been trucking through and working, so now they kind of are feeling the summer energy, and they're really wanting to get out there and visitize. So they're going to visit and vacate and do all that stuff that summer's made of. So yeah, so travel is part of that. Now where we end up is confidence. Yeah, we got to be careful. We have 2 power cards, and in between is travel. So I'm feeling like maybe it's just, you know, you're getting out and into the air. Maybe you were a little stifled before. You know, the community wasn't something that you were, you know, the friends. Let's go visit the friends. Let's go see. So it may have just been, you know, you were in a recluse, and now you're feeling like you don't want to be reclusive no more. You want to go out and visit. You want to go out and communicate and be a part of everything. So I feel like it's not like it may. I think you can get away okay. There's a little bit of a mystery hanging around this protection thing. Maybe we'll find out in the love and romance. I don't know. But usually when there's protection, there's something going wrong. But I feel it's on the lighter end of things. I feel like it's on the down low. But I feel like just be careful with your egos, because that could bring about some problems. If we're a little cocky, these males, getting a little cocky with things. I don't know if it's at work, whatever. But watch out what you need protection from. Like again, I don't feel it's heavily problematic in your mind, but it's nonetheless something that could trip you up in areas. But it may not have a bad result. You may just it's just something you could get through. But it's something to watch out for. And watch that ego. These guys, these Pisces male, they're in their egos. Their egos are building. And so there, you know, and I'm not really getting, but I'm like, if you build that enough, then you're going to create problems. So watch out. So renewal, lots of travel, lots of new energy coming to these Pisces males. They're feeling an energy they really haven't felt before, and it's making them, it's bringing them in ways that they kind of need to refresh their palate, I'll say. But they're just kind of in the mundane, and now they're feeling refreshed. I remember my last reading was saying about getting sprung and trying to influence, you know, I was very much influencing a partner, that kind of thing, and bringing that in. So maybe they got that going on. Maybe they grabbed that, they nabbed that, and now they're feeling all ego in it. So they got to watch, because that can trip them up. You know, so just, you know, try and stay humble when you can. Feel the power, but don't get carried away with it. Now, the love and romance sector of the Pisces males. The first card I get is Justice. So, really, when it comes to love and romance, I feel heavily that we just got to watch our past behavior. If we're little snakes in the grass, this is the time for payback. This is the time you're going to get rewarded for that. Now, I'm saying rewarded. If you have done wrong, then you're going to get your karma. And that's kind of how that works. So, beware. If you've had things in the past go down, it's time to pay the piper, so to speak. So be aware of that. That's predominant here. And I mean, that's why we got to keep that ego in check, because it's not going to hurt as bad. It's not going to be as karma-rific on the bad side if you know you're humble enough to accept it and chow down on your jagged little pill in that way. So let's just watch the Justice here, shall we? Then we get the Three of Cups. So this is about indulging really into the sensual side of things, really digging into sex and passion and Lust. I feel like it's the beginning of the lust. It's still maybe on the pure side yet here. So watch. Because there's, we got the Justice card right beside the lust. So we got to be careful we don't go either way. And I feel like this card is kind of neutral. Could go either way. We could be on the lust side or we could be. But Justified here is kind of okay. We could go. Now the next card we get is the Wheel. So that's interesting. That's really saying, okay, that new renewal of energy that you're feeling, where did you come from? Were you coming from a bad state? Well, then your luck is going to change. You're going to come through and everything's going to be golden. Were you coming from a good state? Everything's going good, everything's going your way. Then watch out, because that's going to turn as well. So you really have to be aware it could go either way for these Pisces males, and I feel like it's a really slippery slope. And in the love lives, they're really just digging into the lust and feeling the groundedness. Like I'm feeling like the sexual desires are becoming really... Okay, so basically, yeah, there's a fine line here. And it's just really where you were coming from. If you're coming from a bad place, then, you know, stomp your feet, you're going, it's going to change. Wherever you're coming from, if it's happy and da-da-da, watch out, because there's justice coming and the Wheel of Fortune, and man, that just pumps that all up to a level where things are going to flip. And you got to, wherever you're coming from, it's changing. So like I said, if you're coming from the good side of things, it's going to change. If you're coming from the bad side of things, that's going to change. But watch your justice. I feel like a warning to these males on the Pisces end. What are you being protected from? Because I'll tell you, it's got to be justified in order to come through here. I feel like there's some, I'm feeling like it's a splintered few that have been getting away with something maybe along the way. It's gonna turn itself back, and then you're gonna feel the karmic reward from that. And I say reward loosely, because if you are working from the dark side of things, then that's gonna hit you as well in a dark way. So be prepared for that, males. There's some stuff here, some shady work here that's got to be cleared up. If it's not cleared up, and you know what it is and you don't clear it up, it's going to get cleared up for you. And not in the way that you like, in the way that is justified to your cycle of what you need to. It's almost like a karmic ribbon or not a karmic ribbon, but a karmic, yeah, there's a huge karmic flow here. And it really could go any way depending. It's almost like if you get this warning before summer, man, you might be able to thwart the better part of the bad part of this off. So be aware of that. Some sneaky stuff, and they're really not letting me in on what that is, other than just things that I think this person or these males are kind of getting away with all along, and they know that it's not right, but they continue to do so, thinking that it is right, when in reality it's not. And the universe will set them straight on that to let them know. And so I think that they've had warnings all along. I think that they've not listened to those warnings. So now it's going to get harder and harder to cover your tracks, harder to get in the ways that you kind of have figured out. I think they feel like they've got things figured out, and it's going to be a little harder to fine tune that, to cover those tracks. It's just going to be more out there, more exposed in a way. But beware of what you need protection from, because that is really where it is. That's the issue here that needs to be dealt with. Watch your power. Communicate absolutely is a good thing. There's a renewal of energy, and then you end up with your confidence, and just beware of that. But a lot of traveling for these Pisces males over the summer, and they're going to be enjoying that. It's going to be a new energy, and they're going to be into it and kind of spilling out a better part of themselves, personality-wise, you know, in their character, bringing out better, newer energy. So stay clean, men. That's what I mean. Your aura, clean your aura. If you got some shady stuff going on, clean her up, because the universe has got their eye on you, and they're ready to cash in. So just beware. That's my warning. Telling you, man. Deal with it. Oh, so anyway, good energy overall. A little bit of shady stuff in the male side. The women are, are doing their thing. They're working on their purpose. The males are kind of just, trying to get out there. A little oblivious to internal matters. They're not quite feeling that. So hopefully that'll, over the fall, get more grounded into a way where they're going in a direction that serves them better. So yeah, so for the Pisces, for the summer of 2017, good luck and have fun, good energy, take care, and be kind.